I'd like to call to order the Avalon City Council meeting of Tuesday, October 2nd. If we would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your hand over your heart and begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And please stand. It's been a rough couple of weeks for the city of Avalon and some of our residents here. We've had the passing of Denise's mother, Marie Smith, Phil Hosking, Richard Kleinman, who lived here for years and passed away in Arizona, I believe he lives. And also our own Bob Greenlaw's father passed away recently. Have a few moments of silence. Please be seated. But also I would like to add to the invocation, but you don't need to stand for it. I was fortunate enough to meet with Girl Scout Troop 9576 from Newport Beach and our local girls as well. And we had like a little government day here on Sunday. And it was awesome. They wanted to know about women in government and that kind of thing. So it's fun to share. But at the end of it, I said, okay, but could you tell me what the Girl Scout law is? You know how they put their hands up, and there is the Girl Scout promise, but there's also the Girl Scout law. And so I would like to read that as my invoking thought for the day. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, and make the world a better place. I thought that's pretty nice. Okay. Now may we have the roll call.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Here.
Councilmember Cassidy.
Here.
Mayor Marshall.
Here.
For the record, Councilmember Olson and Alvarez are absent.
Okay. Presentations, I believe we have 2 this evening.
Chief Craig.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, City staff. First of all, I'd like to have Jesse Machado and his family come on up. Your whole family come up. So what we're doing tonight is a proclamation for some tremendous efforts on Jesse's part. On Sunday, September 9th, 2018, a sudden cardiac arrest occurred with an adult male. His wife, Sandra, was talking with this individual, went into sudden cardiac arrest right in front of her, called for Jesse. Jesse immediately sprung into action and put good work and CPR skills into place that he's learned through his employer out of Edison. He did approximately 2 minutes of CPR. And in public safety, one of the things that we talk about is a chain of survival. So when there's a rapid cardiac arrest like this, there's going to be a delay of a couple minutes at least for emergency services to get on scene. And that's where this made all the difference. Jesse did 2 minutes of terrific CPR. We got on scene, basic life support measures were put in place, then advanced life support measures, then helicopters are ordered and all those things. But those first 2 minutes are critical. So it's not often that we get positive outcomes like this, and this is terrific, and it's exactly the way it's supposed to work. And I think it's also important that a lot of times high-profile incidents, plane crashes get all the sexy press, but it's stuff like this that the press doesn't know about, and it's super terrific, and he saved a life.
Yeah.
So with that, let me read the proclamation. Whereas on Sunday, September 9th, 2018, Jesse Machado witnessed a fellow Avalon resident go into full cardiac arrest. Whereas 911 was immediately called and Jesse administered CPR before emergency responders arrived. Whereas the resident was medevaced to Harbor UCLA Medical Center and is now recovering from open heart surgery at the Long Beach Memorial Medical Center. Whereas Jesse's heroic efforts are commendable and serve as a testament to the value which we place on human life and to the unselfish actions which we continue to enrich our community. Now, therefore, the City Council of the City of Avalon hereby commend Jesse Machado on his quick thinking and whose actions were life-changing for the victim and for that victim's family. This is dated the 2nd of October, 2018.
Yes. Jesse, is there anything you'd like to say? Up to the microphone.
I just did what was asked. I did it. My wife was in a bad spot,
Yeah.
and I just happened to know CPR, which is good. I think everybody should know it, especially if you have kids.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much.
But I think you would do it for the
Yes. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Next CPR class is when? For the Avalon Fire?
Pardon me?
Next CPR class, Avalon Fire?
I don't know when the exact next CPR class is, but if you contact Avalon Fire and Captain Alegria, he spearheads that.
Great.
And Jesse, are you one of our reserves already?
No.
Let's hook that all up.
I have too much more.
He'd have to shave. All right.
Thank you.
Great job,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to draw signs.
And family.
We're waiting for 2 more signatures.
Oh, yeah. Jesse, I'm sorry. A couple of our council members are gone, so we have to have them sign the proclamation, and then we will get it to you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you should be proud of your daddy, boys. Okay, I don't see Rhonda in the audience, but we're going to continue. We have we have like no agenda. We have nothing on this agenda, and we're trying to see how long this will take, and we really have nothing, hardly. Okay, this is a proclamation of the City Council, the City of Avalon, proclaiming October 23rd through the 31st, 2018 as Red Ribbon Week. Whereas the City of Avalon values the health and safety of all our citizens, and whereas substance abuse is particularly damaging to one of our most valuable resources, our children, and whereas it is the goal of Red Ribbon Week and the City of Avalon to involve families, schools, businesses, churches, law enforcement agencies, and service organizations in all aspects of the campaign and establish an atmosphere that supports awareness, education, and ongoing initiatives to prevent illegal drug use. And whereas the Red Ribbon Campaign was established by Congress in 1988 to promote this belief and encourage a drug-free lifestyle and involvement in drug prevention efforts, and whereas the Red Ribbon Week theme promotes family and individual responsibilities for living healthy, drug-free lifestyles without illegal drugs or the illegal use of legal drugs, and whereas there are many activities planned during the Red Ribbon Week campaign in Avalon. Now, therefore, the City of Avalon does hereby proclaim October 23rd to the 31st, 2018 as Red Ribbon Week in Avalon, and encourages all citizens, businesses, public and private agencies, media, religious and educational institutions to wear and display red ribbons and participate in drug-free activities throughout the week, and to join us in promoting the Red Ribbon celebration and a drug-free Avalon, dated this 2nd day of October by the Avalon City Council.
Very nice.
Okay. Say it 3 times. Okay. Are there any announcements or written communications?
I have no written communications, but the announcement is just that city staff contacted the parking manager of the city of Long Beach to find out what we could do for the situation at the Pike. We had been notified that people had to remove their vehicles because they couldn't park for more than 72 hours at a time. So they were going to be working with the administrator at the Pike Parking, and hopefully we can come up with a solution for long-term rentals of islanders there.
Yeah, great. Thank you
And
very
we'll
much for
report
following
back.
through. That's great. Okay, department head reports.
Oh, wait, I have one more.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
DMV is coming to town on Monday, October 8th. They arrive in the morning, so they start servicing people at 1:30 that day till 5, and then all day Tuesday and Wednesday from 8 a.m. to noon, and they are taking some walk-ins, and all the sign-ins are full, though.
Okay, great. Thank you. Department head reports.
Good evening, Bob Greenlaw, Director of Public Works. Okay, a couple items. Prepping for rain. Unbelievable if it does happen. but there was yesterday 2/10 forecast, low probability though. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we do actually see it. But usually what we do, we get prepped up and make sure that all the best management practices are in place for construction sites so that we don't see sediment leaving those sites. Part of our storm water quality permit. And then we need to ensure the inlets and the ditches are cleaned up, and we have done that. So, and we'll keep on continuing that. And then we make a response if it is heavier rain. But those are the things you'll see us prepping for every time that we have rainfall forecast. And then I want to remind everybody that we have our community workshop next week on the 10th, Wednesday the 10th of October, for our 5 Corners project. That'll be right here at City Hall. The meeting starts at 5:30. The first half an hour is a meet and greet, so you would see exhibits around the edge of the room here, and our consultant and our staff would be there to be one-on-one with anybody in the community that wants to ask questions or see detailed, be right up close to the exhibits.
Great.
And then we go at 6 o'clock into the presentation for about a half an hour, and then that would lead into questions. And then finally, additionally, we'll be doing that kind of meet and greet thing. So if there's additional questions that come from the presentation, you can meet with staff or the consultant one-on-one and ask those questions. Okay. You also can get further information at our cityofavalon.com website /5 Corners. And that website will be up for the duration of the design of the project, and we'll keep on adding to it. So you'll be able to, right now, be able to see our presentation that we made to council and the exhibits and the videos that we had there. After we get done with this workshop, you'll see additional information added to it.
Great.
Okay.
Any questions?
The only question is that /5 Corners, is that a number 5 or FIVE Corners?
FIVE.
Okay, thank you.
All one word. Okay.
Thanks.
Great, thank you.
Good evening again. Just to kind of piggyback onto Bob a little bit, with this first very light rain that's forecast for the season, it's a terrific opportunity for people to clean their gutters, make sure drains are clear, and just prepare their homes for what we hope is a wet winter. So even though there's not much of a forecast for a significant rain, this event, it's a good chance to be prepared. Unless you have questions for me.
Well, thank you very much. Mhm.
Good evening, Council. Harbor Department, we're moving along with removing our floats and stuff. We'll start heavy this probably next week. We dodged another bullet with the Hurricane Rosa and the surge. We got a little bit of surge yesterday. When they first started to predict this thing, they were talking about wave heights of 10 and 12 feet. And we really don't get too worked up about anything around 3 feet. And then we got real worked up over that. Thanks to Bob and Jamie and the Public Works and the Harbor Warehouse, we had a plan set up for the weekend to be able to pull floats if we needed to. Unfortunately, these things always happen on a weekend, and we're really hesitant to pull floats because, people are still doing their sightseeing tours and stuff like that. So we did pretty good. We had no problems and no issues. And I just wanted to, on one personal note, is from the Harbor Department to you. Greatly sorry about Mom. A lot of people don't know that Marie and Bud were my son's godparents. So we got a kindred spirit there. So my hearts and prayers go out to them. All right. Any questions?
Thank you. No, we're good.
Good evening, John Hawking, LA County Sheriff's Department. And this weekend is Buccaneer Days over at Two Harbors. So we expect a large crowd over there. And as you know, it bleeds over to Avalon, so there'll probably be more people in Avalon, a lot of visitors and so forth. Everything at Sheriff's Department's going well. We will be participating in the Red Ribbon Week. And that is difficult to say. And we will be at the school with Rhonda, and Tuesday will be our first day that we show up there. We're going to give some presentations and so forth. And the year's going very quickly. Before we know it, it's going to be December.
Yes.
So that's coming up. And from the men and women of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, we too would like to give our condolences. We're very sorry for your loss. Thank you. And Bob, also for your. Any questions?
No, we're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Matt Baker here, speaking again on behalf of Finance. Just a quick update on the financial audit. Spoke with the auditors last week. They are currently going through their final quality review process. I'm going to be answering any questions they may have this week, and they promised a draft of the CAFR to me. The CAFR is the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. They promised that to me by the end of next week, the 12th at the latest. So hopefully we will have that ready for us by then. Right now, currently, I'm working with Metro on the fiscal year 18 audit. We're doing that audit remotely with them. So far, no issues to report, and we'll have an update for you by December of this year. We're one of the first cities in the cycle, so I think they wait for it all before they issue anything. And then other than that, we're making good progress on the TOT audits. We submitted 3 years worth of monthly transient tax reports to our auditors for them to do some analysis with. And I just want to give a special thanks to Lucera and Mrs. Lee from Avalon Schools. They've been helping me with a lot of the scanning and photocopying that's been involved in getting that information. So special thanks to them.
That's wonderful. Yes, thank you. Questions of finance?
No.
Okay. Recreation? Nothing? Okay.
Boy. Thank you, Dan.
Okay. Did you pay him something?
We have
Okay.
a bet going.
I just
Okay.
lost.
City manager report? Okay. Council member reports?
I'm good. This week.
I have none.
Denise addressed the one that I,
Yeah.
that's the only one I.
Okay. The only other thing I want to throw out, but I know there's only 3, do we ever want to discuss, the meeting time is 5 o'clock, and we had said we were going to look at that after 6 months. I think we kind of looked at it and said, we're doing okay, so keep it the way it is.
Yes, and then we changed the municipal ordinance to reflect that.
Okay,
But
so,
keep-
And then we
going,
talked
Andy.
about it at our, I'm sorry to interrupt you, and then we did talk about it at our goal setting when we went through the manual, that we wanted to keep it at 5.
okay, and then there was a question, do we ever want to consider making it even earlier?
That's what I thought.
Do we want to have a
That's just me.
discussion?
That's just me.
Okay, like a 3 or 4 o'clock start, maybe we can put it up on one of the agendas and kick it around?
I'll shoot for the first meeting in November because the next meeting in October is full.
I understand. Okay,
Great.
that's perfect. All righty. Oral communications. This is an opportunity for people in the audience to speak on items not on the agenda. You will be limited to 3 minutes and no action will be taken. Hey, Jessica.
Jessica Herzog, 129 Butler. What's wrong with these kids? Why don't my employees take their job seriously? Why don't the sheriffs do something? Where are the parents? I've been hearing these kind of questions a lot. And they raise the issue of personal accountability and independent versus interdependent social interactions. If you see something, say something was a past slogan of our sheriff's department, and it reflects the problem and the solution. The problem is interpersonal abuse, bullying, and other crimes. They're on the rise in America, and it feels like they're doing the same here in Avalon. And depreciating the quality of a life for everybody here who fears a harmful encounter for themselves or their loved ones or their children. So what do we do about it? Solution is also implicated in that slogan, and it calls on everybody, everywhere, to report potential threats to safety, health, and security on a routine basis. So it's easier said than done in a culture these days, which is individualism, cynicism, and mistrust. But a community-wide education and training intervention effort could be the thing that would basically pull us out of this spiral. So we need to sustain a dramatic shift in our culture. See something, say something can easily become a social norm in a town as small as ours, but with a positive twist. Not only should we be on continuous lookout for threats to peace and security, we must routinely recognize and reinforce behaviors of others that reflect the looking out for the welfare of others. And this is what we call actively caring for people. So the director of the Virginia Tech Center of Applied Behavior Systems, he's a distinguished professor of 50 years. His name is E. Scott Geller. He's taken a personal interest in our town. I reached out to him after attending a Choices task force meeting, which was mostly focused on bullying. And throughout his career, he's led development, application, and evaluation of behavioral science interventions to improve human welfare in diverse settings, from prisons to schools to industry. I'm here tonight to invite you and our entire community to a series of opportunities on Saturday, October 13th, to engage with this leading expert in the field of behavior science. I have been collaborating with Dr. Geller and other professionals in the field to apply his research findings to our community by leveraging the work that he has already completed. We're not reinventing the wheel here. He has collaborated with the National Center of Prevention of Community Violence and has already generated 2 educational training manuals for the application of actively caring for people principles within the school and police force environments. Their vision: police officers are proactive agents of beneficial change who build constructive relations among the citizens they serve. And school personnel cultivate a culture in which empathy, interpersonal trust, and cooperation are the norm. This is fueled by the AC4P, actively caring for people mindset. We can take this a step further by expanding this education to all of our citizens and leading by example to commit to focusing on our shared goals and promoting this actively caring for people way. So again, October 13th, there's a series of opportunities. I believe you guys received the information. I've been posting it on the website. We have Actively Caring for People website that's dedicated just for Avalon. It's avalonac4p.org. That's avalonac4p.org. And 8 to 9 in the morning at the Sand Trap, 10 to 12 here at Council Chambers, and 5 to 7 at the Island Spa for a mixer and book signing. So hope to see potential city representatives. Like I said, everybody's invited, so we want the community to participate.
Do you want people to make a reservation? Is that helpful?
For the city council chambers, we obviously have limited room here, so you know, if people want to chime in and guarantee themselves a seat, I'm happy to make a reservation for them.
Jessica, thank you, and thank you for organizing this. This is a lot of work.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Anyone else from the audience? Okay, consent calendar.
Well, there's 3 consent calendar items on the agenda, but item number 1, the minutes, is being removed because they're not complete. So there's 2 consent calendar items for your approval. It's warrants with a total disbursement of $1,339,422.67. And item 3 is, or item 2, I should say, is to appoint Janice Hall as an alternate planning commissioner for 1 2-year term expiring in November of 2020.
I'll make a motion to approve items 2 and 3.
I'll second.
Any comments from the audience? Call for the vote.
I don't know if you can see.
Well, how about this? Any noes, raise your hand. That's all eyes then.
All ayes.
Okay.
Do we have a
There is no general business.
hospital board meeting?
Yep. Okay, so we'll just move right into the Avalon Municipal Hospital Board of Trustees meeting, Tuesday, October 2nd, today. And, okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Hernandez?
Here.
Trustee Cassidy?
Here.
Acting Chair Marshall?
Here. Any announcements or written communications?
I have none.
Presentations, none. Oral communications, is there anybody here that would like to speak on an issue about the hospital? Okay, seeing none. Consent calendar?
There are 2 items on consent. We have minutes from the September 4th, 2018 Hospital Board of Trustees meeting. And number 2 is that we have a CEO board report for September 2018 and the CFO's narrative for August of 2018.
Any comments by either council or community? Okay.
Motion to approve consent items 1 and 2.
I'll second.
Call for the vote.
Have it.
I don't know.
Oh, well, yes.
Aye.
Aye. There is no general business. Both meetings are adjourned.
Good night, Tony.
Good job.